Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunities and Running Your Business Day to Day. Sean Mobley is a Senior Policy Associate for Climate and Clean Energy with the Nature Conservancy. The organization has released a new report on clean energy.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities. Running your business day to day.
My name is Sean Mobley. I'm the Senior Policy Associate for Climate and Clean Energy. So what that means is I spend a lot of my time on our government relations team engaging on climate and energy policy, but I also lead our climate strategy for the state and working with companies and local units of government on clean energy and climate issues. So the real goal of the report was to determine what the renewable energy demand coming from the business sector is in the Midwest as a whole, but also in Indiana. And I think the findings are kind of shocking. Over 50% of our largest companies in the region have either aggressive emissions reduction goals or renewable energy goals. And so what that means is that we need to think about, as a region, as a state, how to site and procure renewable energy in a way that considers not only the climate and carbon impacts, but also our communities as well as conservation outcomes as well. The Paris Accord, a lot of companies kind of coalesced around that, setting emissions goals to keep temperatures from rising from 1.5 degrees Celsius from 2005 levels. So I think that is kind of the ultimate goal, is to create a more sustainable future. But I think in Indiana, the main outcome comes down to economics. It makes the most economic sense to transition to more sustainable sources of energy for their business models. So a lot of companies have net zero goals by 2050 or 100% renewables by 2025. It really varies, but I think that is company to company. But really what this report shows is that there is demand coming from over 50% of Indiana companies, as well as all 5 of our investor-owned utilities transitioning to clean energy, and we need to think about how to site that clean energy. With the business community, it comes down to the siting of these projects. For our larger emitters, they have a larger draw on the electricity system to conduct their business. When they have the desire or the goal for renewable energy generation, where that is sited has hundreds of factors coming into that. So the biggest misconception, I think, is that renewable energy and community involvement and conservation efforts and agriculture conflict. The Nature Conservancy has developed tools and science-based instruments to help these companies, both clean energy buyers as well as the clean energy developers, find areas around the state and in the region to find these areas where there's this low conflict but high opportunity for renewable energy development. So I think that's the biggest misconception, is that if you have a commercial scale solar installation, that you're detracting from our agricultural sector. And we don't think that's the case. There are areas in the state where we can incentivize or prioritize co-location, so you have wind and solar on the same acreage of land, maximizing the amount that is still in the agricultural sector. There is agrivoltaics, where you install the project where you can still conduct farming. Purdue University is doing a lot of research on agrivoltaics. So there are a number of different things that lawmakers, decision makers, and local units of government can consider when thinking about this, so that there isn't that constant not in my backyard NIMBYism happening when it comes to renewable energy. We've made some great progress. From 2021 to 2023, there was a 15% reduction in our coal consumption for electricity generation, and that's impactful. But we need to be doing more. I think that the business demand is showing that we need to do more, but we need to do it in a holistic, smart, science-based way. again, that consider those 3 C's. We have a tool called Site Renewables Right that takes into account our most critical habitat and wildlife areas so that clean energy buyers and developers can avoid those areas. My hope for the future is that we can help our business community reach these renewable energy goals while protecting one of our most important economic sectors like agriculture, and while protecting habitat and wildlife and our people and communities from the negative impacts of climate change.
For links and more information from the Nature Conservancy, head to beoshow.com through the QR code on your screen.